It would be completely wrong to tighten the screws on the economy at this point. It would cost people jobs, and it would grind our economic engine to a halt. What our country actually needs is a boost. Reducing taxes will stimulate the economy, and that's what will be sorely needed by April next year. Secondly, National Plan faces the facts that we must lift productivity in this country. Labor has a dreadful record on productivity. National will do better. I'll tell you where it starts. It starts in the beehive's own backyard and getting some productivity improvements in the public sector. That's where it starts. We will be reducing administration costs. We will be cutting red tape. We will be pushing more money into frontline services. We will do that. Labor will not. End of story. Thirdly, National's plan recognises that lifting productivity also means removing the bottlenecks in the economy. The roading problems and the creaking communications networks that are holding back business. That's why National will fix the Resource Management Act, and that's why we'll invest more in the infrastructure that this economy needs to grow. As Nick Smith told you, that bill will be on the order paper within the first 100 days. Fourthly, lifting productivity also means encouraging businesses to invest. Now, the guys in red like to talk about this idea a bit, but let me tell you something. I've got a bit more to do with business than them, actually. And it's more straightforward than they think. The number one reason why private companies invest is because they are profitable and because they are feeling positive about the future. All the R&D tax credits in the world won't make companies go faster if they're not making any money. We have to get the funding. A government that cares about the future of our children and our grandchildren simply must have a plan for digging us out of deficit. That's what National's plan will do. It won't be an easy task. So it's no real great surprise that Labor has had nothing to say on this one. Only National has the backbone needed to deliver for our children and dig this country out of deficits. But mark my words, there's no free lunch. The road out of deficits involves making some hard choices, and we've done that. We've been straight up and said that in its current form, Labor's gold-plated KiwiSaver scheme is unaffordable. It's not affordable for the 3 out of 4 working-age Kiwis who haven't joined, and it's not affordable for the Kiwi taxpayer. National's plan will get us moving quickly and will get us moving quickly out of deficit. But I've got to add, not as quickly as I would like. If we get to get New Zealand out of deficit before this year's new entrants go to secondary school, we've got to start growing our economy faster. I know we can do it. You want to know why? Because I've actually worked in the world of finance and business. Helen Clark hasn't. I've actually picked up struggling businesses and made them grow. Helen Clark never has. I've actually got stuck into a business, trimmed its sales and delivered some profits to its shareholders. And that's what I'm determined to do for this country. Ladies and gentlemen, laying out our economic plan, National has been very clear about our priorities. We all know actually what will be first to go under Labor's. Whether they say it or not, you'll never see the rest of their tax cut program. Well, unlike Labor, I'm going to be straight up about our priorities. That's why I'm sending you one of these. It's a card called My Key Commitments to You, and it will be delivered to every household in New Zealand over the next 10 days. It has on it 11 commitments I make to you. Now, call me old-fashioned. Some people might suggest it's similar to the pledge card that Helen Clark has previously released. But there are a couple of differences. And here's the big one. This fund wasn't actually paid for by the taxpayer. Our commitment card is proudly paid for by the supporters of the New Zealand National Party. Unlike Helen, we're not going to be breaking the law to make someone else to pay for it. So it's a good card. Let me tell you what it says. If National is elected to lead the next government, I personally guarantee that we will deliver on the following 11 key commitments. Number one, we'll strengthen the economy, increase after-tax income, and ensure Kiwis can get ahead under their own steam by reducing personal taxes in 5 months' time on 1 April 2009, and again on 1 April 2010, and again on 1 April 2011. So under National, you won't have to wait 9 years for a tax reduction. We'll deliver tax reductions 5 months from now on 1 April 2009, and unlike Labor, we won't cancel our tax cuts. We'll get through New Zealand's recession. Number two on the card, we're going to maintain and build New Zealand's asset base by increasing investment in infrastructure, such as roads, broadband, and public transport, and by not selling Kiwibank or any other state-owned company. Let me put this in simple terms. I'm not interested in selling assets. I'm all about building assets for New Zealand. We need to unblock the bottlenecks in New Zealand's economy. We need to make sure there aren't barriers in the way of productive growth. We need to invest in the breakthrough technology that will get us up to speed with the rest of the world. Number three, we will ensure government spending is focused on frontline services such as health and education by capping the number of bureaucrats and putting real discipline around government expenditure.